this session on list growth. My name is Isabel and I'm an account manager here at Adestra. Although it's hard to estimate the exact number, the results show that following GDPR, a proportion of data was lost. If we consider that on average, an email address is worth £13, then one email address is one too many. A key objective following this process, I'm sure for a lot of you, has been around retention. However, there's also been a clear focus on data acquisition to get those numbers back up. The more prospective customers you talk to, the more conversations you achieve, then the better you'll be able to generate those results. Furthermore, even if your database is still sizable after GDPR, every list has a natural churn of around 25% of your list unsubscribing or disengaging annually. When focusing on acquisition, there are a few elements that you should consider. For that, we want to consider the quality. You want real information from real people who check their email frequently. You also want relevance. These people should be generally interested in your company and should also be interested in your industry. And lastly, if the first two priorities are sorted, then you can start focusing on quantity. The next step to that is to start considering the acquisition. So it's important to understand all the touch points and all the areas where people come to you and find you and hear from you. So what are those touch points? For example, is that your website? Is it printed collateral? Is it social media? Once you have identified this, ask yourself, are you taking every opportunity to ask for the data and then a positive opt-in? Is the process as prominent, simple, and effective as it can be? Then you want to set some targets. Question your results and ask yourself, can this be improved and by how much? And then, what is the worth of each sign-up to your business? Having something to aim for will focus you and also help you to find the resource that you need. Consider the value exchange. What's in it for your customers? When people entrust you with their data, what are you offering in return? For example, is there a discount? Is there a way that they charge us for a shipment? However, you must also consider GDPR as you implement this. Opt-in should be conditional to receive the gift. And lastly, trigger a welcome. It is important to acknowledge the sign-up, and it's important to do it as quickly as possible. Real time would be preferable. And then start building on the newbie enthusiasm. This is at the point at which they're most excited to hear about from you. This is also a good opportunity to start personalizing the content and start building a one-to-one relationship with these individuals. As an example of an email acquisition, consider all potential touch points for acquisition. Is there a data capture process in each of them? Are you making the most of your current email signups and touching on 4 of these? For any brand and for any industry, your website is the main way the audience finds you. Consider different methods for your sign-up. Then a social media can be a vehicle for you to hook your customers as a broadcasting tool because it has a larger reach. But then email is a tool that you will utilize to start building a one-to-one relationship with them. So consider click-to-actions on those points. With regards to mobile, there's a little bit more of conflict there. However, it's important to test if this would be a viable option for you. And then lastly, within store, gamification offers the opportunity to create interactive ways to capture email and enrich existing data.
Cool. Thanks, Isabel. I'm Rob from Adestra, look after the tech partnerships here. So sort of following on from that, is considering the processes of your valuable data, list growth. We heard from Rusty today around all the different tech and so on. We'll touch on that, and that's kind of where I sit with Adestra in terms of the tech and how we can fit together and make the most of that. We'll touch on that later. Making the most of your intelligence, driving that personalisation, as Isabel has touched upon, using that information that you're gaining to make the most of what you're doing, really keep them immersed, as Rusty was talking about earlier on today. And then the best practice there, keeping it clean, keeping it up to date. Once you've got it, what you do with it, how you keep it clean. I'm going to steer well away from GDPR, I don't want to go there today, but just keeping it compliant around that area. We've spoken about that far too much. And then moving on to the value exchange, I mean, although this image looks more like a backseat drug deal, what we're talking about here is the email exchange and what we're getting from what are we offering? Are they going to get a discount? Are they going to get that white paper that's really been researched and looking out for? What are we going to do with that? And then, as we spoke about earlier, we trigger that first communication to get things moving. So, on the tech side of things, we work with a whole range of different technologies, and these are some of the acquisition areas we've just picked out there, from pop-ups, from the guys at Fresh, January for social sign-up, other levels of rich messaging, getting those web pop-ups to get those sign-ups from a different channel, moving that information from unknowns into knowns, using that information that we might have gleaned from their website behaviour, attacking that with sign-ups, getting the email address, and then using that information to then GDPR compliantly email them with some great profile information. So that's what Georgie's going to talk about from Kano today. So I'm going to leave the floor to her now. So I'm going to read this out so I don't do it injustice. So we're going to hear from Georgie to say, maintaining a personal relationship with customers is crucial to Kano's development for the first-person marketing strategy. Georgie will reveal how we focus growing on their database using a multi-channel approach. So a round of applause for Georgie.
Hi everyone, thanks for the intro. I'm Georgie and I'm the CRM manager at Kano Computing. And I've been at Kano for about 2.5 years now. Sorry. Actually, before I go into it, can I have a quick show of hands of people who've actually heard of Kano Computing? Yep, one, Sid. Good go. Okay, so one of the reasons why you probably haven't heard of Kano Computing is because we're actually a new startup company. We've been going since 2014, and we have 5 products on the market at the moment, which I'll just go through with you just now. So the first product is the computer kit. This is our bread and butter product. It's a build your own computer kit where you can build it just like Lego, and it's basically like an entry-level computer kit. It comes with a Raspberry Pi, which is basically it brings up a computer, and it's just a really endearing way to teach anyone at any age how to code and how to learn more about computing without kind of like scaring them off. So we launched this in 2013 through a Kickstarter campaign that actually brought us into business in 2014. The next product is the Computer Kit Touch. We launched this in September this year. It's a very new product. Similar to the computer kit, but after kind of speaking to quite a lot of our users and customers, we wanted to get some improvement, to hear what they wanted more about from the computer kit, which is what we've come to build your first touchscreen computer. It's very exciting. We've got a launch video to show you after this as well. We've also got the Pixel kit and also the motion sensor kit as well. Another kind of learn how to code kit. That works with any computer, and we launched this through a Kickstarter campaign in 2016, so all about Kickstarter. Last but not least, for any Harry Potter fans out there, this is our Harry Potter Kano coding kit. We've been working really closely with Warner on this, so it's been really good. So this is basically, you can build your own wand, and you can basically learn how to code with it as well. That's basically the gist of it. All of this comes with the hardware, which you can see, but also comes with the software that we do in-house as well. So the 2 computer kits comes with its own operating system, and then we have we've built our own Kano app where you can plug in the Pixel kit, the motion sensor kit, and also the Harry Potter Kano coding kit. It's such a mouthful. Where you can learn how to code through some drag and drop as well. So those are our 5 key products. Not only this, but we also offer a free online platform called Kano World. So Kano World is a community of almost 300,000 people where whether you've never coded before or you're a total whiz kid at coding, you can come onto a platform and you can register and you can create your first line of code, or you can create something really magical on here as well. So it's a free platform, and we really do try and encourage anyone at any age to learn to code, to get really creative, and to share their creations with on Kano World as well. And I've just got a video to show you about the computer kit touch. Hopefully there's sound on here. it is and what we do as a company. So bring it back to this presentation. Just want to talk about how email fits into this. So this year we have a few kind of objectives, which is probably similar to a lot of your objectives across you've through. So the first thing is to grow and acquire an audience, so basically getting fresh blood, trying to nurture them, and in the end convert them so that they can buy as well. Speaking of converting, really driving sales, we've got the new product launches and also focusing on our peak season, which is November and December. November and December is a really key time for us because that's when it's more about the gifting period, so we do generate a lot of sales within those 2 months. So those 2 months are very critical. We also, as a new startup company, we feel driving brand awareness and engagement is very important so that people can learn about Kano, can learn about our products, and they can tell other people about us as well. The other thing is rather than not focusing on the one-size-fits-all emails, really focusing on automations, which is really good. So it's kind of targeting people at their journey at Kano, creating an automation program, and just basically just having that automation set up in Adestra. Not only that though, but we also want to really personalise our emails, making it so it's not just that one message to everyone, really get to know about who our audience is, and segmenting the messaging to them as well. So segmentation is quite a big part of our strategy. So the main, one of the biggest things that we've learned that we've done this year and that we've really focused on is our list growth. So this has been a really good year for us at Kano because we've actually grown our list size to 171% year on year. And we've done this because we've basically taken a little bit of a step back as a marketing function, and we've been working with collaborating with the marketing team. So these are the 4 levers to drive the list growth. So we're working really closely with the web team, the emails, also working with influencers and social, something that I hadn't really done before, and also really collaborating with paid media. I've got 2 examples to show you with how we've actually grown this. So the first one was the Black Friday campaign, which we did last year. This is like one of the biggest campaigns we do for sales, to try and drive traffic to the website and also to grow the sales as well. So really working with the social media paid advertising team, we did a really big campaign for Black Friday, which is basically save 33% off a computer kit. So these are some of the social media campaigns that we did. A little bit of a tip. Speaking to the performance marketing team, they did quite a few A/B tests on here. So what they learned was showing the product over lifestyle actually generates more engagement, and when there was a really, really strong offer, it's really important to show the was price and the now price that drove quite a lot of clicks to the website. So it's just a small tip. We also did some GDM banners, which you can see on the right there. So I didn't really the left and right. And one of the biggest things that we did was really try and target our users. So we actually invested quite good money on our influence campaigns, where we basically gave them a computer kit, and basically they filmed themselves kind of unboxing the gift, and also piecing it all together and playing with the software. This one here, believe it or not, this is Evan's Tube, and we launched this. We launched all of these in November last year. This has generated 6.5 million views, which is just amazing. So we're going to be doing it again. I don't know if I'm supposed to share it with any competitors, but so all these kind of really help drive a lot of traffic to Kano.me to get the awareness out. This is basically our homepage. The topic there with the leading with the 33% off computer kit offer that we had. As soon as people, particularly with people who are new to Kano.me, we served them an overlay, which it kind of had a few discussions around the opposite. Is it going to be too intrusive? Is it going to be distracting sales? Actually, this really, really worked, and I think this is the reason why we've generated so much list growth in our data. The only thing that we need to make sure, to make it less intrusive, that we have a really clear close button, which is what we've done. So this is really good a way of trying to grow our data. Once we've got the data for this particular Black Friday campaign, we then served our audience with the Black Friday email, and we did quite a few segmentation exercises around it. This particular email was targeted to people who already bought the computer kit. It's about £140 or $150, so the chances of them buying another computer kit is quite slim. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to tell them that if they tell their friends about Kano, and if they buy, then they both get like $10 off their next purchase. It's more of a friend referral scheme. This email is very single-minded, and it's single-minded for a couple of purposes. This was targeted to people who'd already visited our website, they'd already clicked on the email, so they're more of an engaged audience. The reason why we wanted to keep it single-minded is because we felt like they already know about our product, they already know about our brand, so we didn't really want to re-educate them about that. And the final HTML that we had is to our prospects audience who hadn't really heard of Kano. So we felt that not only are we pushing the Black Friday offer to them, we also wanted to give them a small introduction to what Kano is, who we are, what the product is, and even small things like telling them that, you know, if they buy the computer kit, then we get lifetime support on there as well. So that's a Black Friday. This second campaign was the one that we did during Q2 this year. So we did a 5-week competition for a street artist campaign. This was a really interesting campaign that we did because it was the first campaign that we did that wasn't actually driving sales, it was actually driving awareness and driving people to Kano, which is our free online platform. We wanted to do this because we wanted to focus on our awareness campaign in Q2. So hopefully by the time we get to Q4, they will basically convert. So the objective of this was to drive registrations on Kano, for them to create an account and for them to do some really creative coding. The first line of code or doing some street artist campaign. This is a competition where a winner would get to see their street art on a mural, on a street wall, and also with a computer kit. So this campaign actually did really well for us from a branding point of view. We'd actually see an increase, an uplift of 93.6% of people registering on Kano versus last year. From those new accounts that have been created, 10% of those users have actually shared their creation on Kano. This might sound like a small percentage, but actually, on average, we get about 2% of people who create something and then they share it. But this particular exercise, because they must have been quite proud of what they'd actually created, they actually received 10%. 10% people who created. But this was a really good exercise because it helped us generate more, it helped us to really drive our list growth. And the list growth for this was really important to us because these are the people who would actually engage with our product, who'd actually done something on Kano. So it's rather than just kind of, signing up or rather than kind of, general signing up. And these are some examples that we did, again, working with our different marketing channels. So these are some of the GTM banners that we did, some social media posts that we posted up. Again, working with influencers, which can be quite expensive, but it actually works for us to get the new audience in. And obviously, email campaigns as well, which we did through Adestra. So that's about the list growth. I just want to kind of touch upon some of the automations that we've done since we onboarded with Adestra in September last year. So some of the examples, some of the ones that we've done is like the welcome email, which I'm sure a lot of you have already got already set up, some onboarding programs, some product alerts to kind of tell people what products we're going to be launching and for them to be the first to know. And also lead nurturing, which we did when working with our EDU team, which is our B2B. But for this particular exercise, for this presentation, just going to focus on two things, the welcome email and also the onboarding email. So the welcome email, at the moment, I've got one email that goes out to people who sign up via our website. The welcome emails are one of the most engaged emails that we have. It's the first time we have contact with them. We get an average open rate of 47% and an average click-through rate of 20%. However, I can do much better than this. So the next step for me is to write some conditions in Adestra and also create some more HTML to kind of help them through the journey at Kano. So one of them could be, for example, is this user a Kano World, has a Kano World account? If not, then tell them more about Kano World. is this person a customer? If not, then tell them more about our products. So I can do much better this one, but this is the start. The second one, I've got taken some tips from you as well, is our onboarding email. So this is basically when someone purchases our kit and they build it for the first time, they will be served with a series of onboarding emails. The onboarding emails, the whole objective of them is based on retention. So we want them to kind of continually power their kits. These are some examples that we've done for the Harry Potter kind of coding kit. So we've got like a wide range of content on here to really give our users like a helping hand on what to do next, to introduce them to their new kits, and also to serve a variety of content. So we've got some videos which work really well for us, some challenges, some help on the app that which they'll come on to. We've even got like some videos from the Weasley twins. I don't know if there's some Potter fans out there, but it's quite a big thing for us. So just a series of onboarding emails to really help them. Because we only launched the Harry Potter kit on the 1st of October, I don't really have any results, but just looking at the previous results that we've got for our other kits, for our computer kit, the first email generates 37% open rate, which is not too bad, and then the last email drops down to 22%, something that we do need to look at, but it's still quite a good open rate for us. So the next steps which I'm going to be looking at, which I'm going to be focused on, is that now because we've got our audience, it's basically become smarter with who our audience is, or who our audience are. So it's really looking at even small things like reactivating people who haven't powered up the kits in like 3 months, and it's really kind of taking a step back and looking at who they are, to kind of looking at personas. I think a few people spoke about it today. Just being more human about it, really speaking to our customers, really speaking to our users, and really targeting our messaging through our emails and other CRM programs we've got. And I think that's it. I think I'm going to pass you back to Rob.